Good morning. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you all. Good morning, Otto, Evan, Itayo, Augustine, George, and to everybody on the call. Good morning this morning. So it has been a trading week. Hope it's fine. Hope it's good so far. So quickly this morning, we'll be going to our markup, right? And before we start, I'd like to mention that this TDA is proudly sponsored by Okta this morning. This free TDA you've been seeing, it's somebody, a partner behind sponsoring it, which is Okta FX. So like we mentioned yesterday, if you do not yet open an account with Okta, please, you should do that now. In fact, you can do that now. And a link will be sent below in the chat box for you to do that actually. Also, I'd like to mention that you should share this TDA. You share the link. The link also will be dropped in the chat box. Share this TDA to as many as possible. You're getting value for free here. You can as well make your friends benefit from it also, right? I'm giving about a minute or two for you to do that quickly. You can share it on your WhatsApp status, on your Facebook story, Instagram story. Just do share the link and make sure that your friends come on board. Your friends, your enemy. I know nobody have enemy here, but I'm just joking. Please do share it. I'm giving us 2 minutes, 2 minutes to do that. Share it to as many as possible, to as many as possible. We want here to be full. We want the Zoom section to be actually full, right? So share it to as many as possible. While you're sharing that, you can do well to open your OctaFX account with the link in the chat box. With the link in the chat box. With the link in the chat box. The instructions there. Once you're done opening it, fund your account with $100, and then you send us a DM with a screenshot of your account, right? Yes. 30 seconds to go for you to share while we resume our markup and our TDA this morning. All right. Welcome, guys. Welcome, and good morning to you all once again. So this morning we'll be going through our dollar index, right? Like we said rightly yesterday, nothing has changed really. All our areas of interest has been marked out here. We are waiting for price to firstly probably tap into this fair value gap, this area of interest here, right? We call it breaker block. Some call it, yeah, it's a breaker block actually. Price tapping into this area and then continue to the upside, or price coming to this down. Man, that's really a long place to go. But then it's possible with price, right? Price coming all the way to this point. Coming. Let me take my arrow. So 1 minute. I'm looking for my tools. Okay. Okay. Price coming all the way to this place and then continuing the movement to the upside. Yes. Thank you. Seeing what I want. So there are two possibilities. The first one is this area of interest, right? This breaker block that is in confluence with an area of imbalance, this FVG here, and then price resuming, that will be the first one, this place. A price come to this area of influence, area of interest, and then continue to the upside, or we see price tanking to the downside, filling all this other block, this entire other block, this entire imbalance, sorry, filling this area of imbalance and then tapping into this other block, and then we see that shoots to the upside. right? So that's what we're seeing on DXY. Nothing has changed. The market, nothing has changed from the beginning of this week, right? And our analysis still remain the same. Our bias still remain the same. On EU, I have a trade currently going on both EU and GU. I think GU did not activate yesterday. For our FX bootcamp students, you see I posted a markup yesterday. One got activated, one didn't activate, right? So our analysis on EU still remains the same. We are expecting price to push to this area of interest, this inverted FVG imbalance, right? Or double imbalance. Yes, this imbalance here and imbalance here, we're looking at price tapping into this area of interest. And ultimately, if price failed to tank from this area, we are seeing price move to this other block, and then we should see a sharp drop to the downside from this area of other block, right? So my markup yesterday was sent to the group. I'm sure a lot of people, I don't know how many, but then I'm sure some people took the markup, right? I'm sure a lot of people took the markup. And then I gave the trade code the exits to be 1:1 first. If you see 1:1 and you feel you're comfortable, you can leave it out. Because like I said, my personal style of trading is more like a swing. I will trade 2-3 days and catch the whole move or bulk of the move actually. But then if you're comfortable with 1:2, please, somebody is drawing on the screen. Can you stop that, please? How do I plan this? So I'm trying to draw the markup here that was given yesterday to our students and to those on the OctaFX trade with VFT team group, right? If you're on that group, you are sure to receive this. You're sure to receive this. It's your own, it's your right. Let me just say that. So this was a signal that was given yesterday, or trade call that was given yesterday from me. And then say 15 pips SL to ultimately 1:3. But then I told them they can exit as 1:1, which was somewhere around here. 1:1 yesterday, somewhere around there. But I think this even did 1:1.5, 1:1.6 kind of. So I'm still in the trade. I'm currently still holding this trade. Can't see your screen. I said you can't see my screen. Please confirm if you can see my screen. Please, I need you to help me confirm if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. So I'm currently in this trade looking at what price we do. I mean, I've closed the bulk of my position yesterday at 1:1 or so thereabouts, but in a good place, right? So I'm looking at what price we do because we're expecting price to go and fill this imbalance, this FVG here, or tap into this area of other block and then tank to the downside. But whatever price does, we are still in a good place because I believe those on the FX bootcamp, if you took this street call yesterday, you will see my message where I notified us that price has actually done 1:1. So you may want to close. So that's all for Euro USD. I'm still looking at US 30, right? I'm still looking at US 30. Yes, I forgot. There's a recap of US 30 I was going to do today for those that took the trade call last week. It's 30. US 30 sell, right? If you still remember last week, I said I was expecting a sell from US 30. So what happened? We saw that price tanked, but then not as far as what we want. We saw it tank 1:2 and then reversed, which I said clearly, I made it very clear last week that that trade was a short-term trade because price is actually very bullish on US 30. We are on a very bullish trend, right? So we can't expect price to, to move that long. Say 1:4, 1:5. No, we are counter trading. We are trading against the trend. So that was what happened last week. We saw that happened last week. But I'm sure a lot of us made money from this trade. A lot. Trying to see where exactly I entered from. Sure. Where did I enter from? Excuse me 1 minute. I'm trying to see exactly where I entered from. I'm sure price did 1:2 thereabout before we see that reversal. Okay. Forgotten the exact area. I know it was 1:2 clearly. Probably somewhere around here, right? Probably somewhere around here. And on this trade, I finally discovered when doing my review that we could have caught at least 1:7 on this trade if we scale down to 15 minutes time frame. But the problem with scaling down to 15 minutes time frame is that sometimes price don't even get to those area of interest before it tanks to the downside. So sometimes all you want to do is to put your best feet forward and just let price tag you in that area you know that it will definitely get to, and then take your 1:2, 1:3, and then leave the market. It's not a must that you make those 1:4, 1:10, 1:15. There are days where you see the market do things like that effortlessly, but it doesn't happen frequently. So you don't build your expectation on the wrong mindset, catching 1:10 every time. It doesn't work like that, right? So this was the trade, what's it called? Trade call we gave last week. I gave last week on US 30, right? And we saw it played out. I'm waiting for the buy. I'm still very bullish on this buy, but I'm not seeing my trade signature, my trade entry on the buy again. Price have really moved, except we see price tank to this downside, to this area of interest. Those are the two trades I'm looking at for this week. The first one is already in play. That's Euro USD, which we've closed a significant portion this morning. Long to the upside, yeah. So this is what I'm looking at for US 30 buy. I hope it happens. But before we see this happen, we want to see a tank to the downside, which I'm not sure it's going to happen. And if it does not, no problem. No, it's one of those days in the market, and we just move to another pair, right? Move to another pair. Like I said, on this Euro USD, it was given on our FX Bootcamp students group yesterday. It was shared live and direct. And Euro GBP, Euro USD, and GBP USD was called live in those group. And when we saw it meet our first target, we give notifications. So I'll be calling my colleague to come up next and take over from here. If you have any question, please, you can drop in the chat box. If you have any questions so far, you can drop in the chat box. And also, again, as a reminder to you that this TDA is powered by OctaFX. It's powered by OctaFX. And like we rightly said at the beginning, if you know you've not opened your account yet with them, you have the opportunity now to open the account. The link is being sent to the comment section, to the chat box. In less than 3 seconds, you'll be seeing the link displayed in your chat box, right? Click on the link, open an account, and then ensure you fund the account with at least $100, right? So that you can be added to our trade with VFT team. You'll be added to our trade with VFT team. Once you've done that, send a screenshot to us on Value Flow, and in less than 3 seconds, somebody will respond to you and add you to the group where you'll be trading with us live and direct. You'll be trading with CJ Banks, with Cincy Billions, with our Good Master, and of course with Demola Global, right? And every other person on that group, right? you'll be trading with us live and direct. The trade we take, you'll be seeing it, be exactly where we're coming out from. I know some of you might say, I'm a beginner, I'm new to the market. Just do what we ask you to do, and then you will see us holding your hand and guiding you through. So I'll be calling my colleague up, CJ Banks, to take on the next session of the TDA. Thank you and God bless.
Good morning once again, and I hope you're having a wonderful start to your morning. As usual, this is the top-down analysis, as said earlier, powered by Okta, and we're welcoming you once again. Our official broker, as we've always said, is Okta FX. That is for this TDA session, and your participation is very crucial as we navigate the dynamic world of trading. So before we start this second part of this TDA, I want to tell you all that this TDA is very free. It's already sponsored, so you don't need to pay any fee. If at any time anyone tells you to pay any fee for TDA, report the person to the official lines of Value Flow Trading. All right, and as it's free, we want to use the next few seconds to tell you that the link to joining the TDA group is on the chat box. So for those who are just coming in, kindly click on the link that is being sent on the chat box currently, copy it and paste it on your various stories, on your status, on other groups, including Facebook or Telegram, any group that has any relation with Forex. Make sure you share this link to everyone. Share it on your groups and status, like I said earlier, to ensure that everyone gets the chance to benefit. So the time is ticking. In the next 30 seconds, that window would close. So just use the next few minutes to share this link to your friends and make sure everyone participates of it. Okay, so back to the analysis of the day. Demola has already done a fantastic job. For those who are in our group, that is the TDA Plus, they were able to receive the markup for the Euro USD sell. Sorry, the Euro USD buy. So as we're already telling you, we want you to be making money as you are learning. So as you are learning, you are earning already. So if you have any project or any course you want to now buy in future, this money that you are earning is what you're going to use to buy those courses. So you know what to do. Simple steps. Click on the link that is showing on your chat box to sign with Okta FX. Using that particular link that is sent to you. If you use another link, we're going to find out. So you may not be granted access to the group. After you've clicked on the link, fund your account with a minimum of $100. And once you've done that, send a screenshot as a proof of deposit to the link showing in the third part of that write-up, which is the Value Flow Trading personal Telegram chat, and we'll get you signed up to the group immediately. Some people already signed up to the group and they're making money, of course. So join that group. Now, enough of the talk. Let's go back to the analysis. Now, Demola did a wonderful job with Euro USD. But before we move to gold and yen basket, we want to also look at GBP USD. Now, we've been anticipating the GBP USD buy for quite some time now, and it has been playing around with us throughout this range for the past 5 days. It has been playing in this range. Currently, we are seeing a spike up to the point of interest that we marked earlier yesterday and for the most part of last week. The GBP USD Claremont change came out this morning, and it's positive for the pound. So we are seeing the spike to the upside. We're going to also see their GDP and the CPI of Great Britain coming out later this week. And we hope that is going to inject liquidity to this side. So on this, we are still bullish on GBP USD. If you can see right here, with this swing that has been created right here, you're seeing that GBP USD is looking to break the structure to resume this buy trend to the upside. So with this, we are saying GBP USD, our anticipation for GBP USD is all the way here. I don't know why these markups keep getting away, but if you watch the previous videos, you'll see where we marked out these levels. All right, so we have another level right here. Okay, and we have another one right here. So having 3 points of interest for GBP to the upside. Remember, the overall direction is to the downside, both for GBP and Euro. These buys that we are taking are retracements. We can't sit and fold our hands and watch a retracement of about 200 to 250 pips go away without getting anything from it. So we'll take advantage of the retracement until it gets to these places. And by the way, these points of interest are around premium levels. So we'd want to trade all the way to those levels. So currently, we are long on GBP USD. Once we see another entry signature, we'll let you know. This first one came out quite early, at around 8 a.m. So once we see another re-entry, we'll definitely let you guys know. And of course, the people on the TDA Plus group are going to get first-hand information on that. Okay, so back to other analysis. Gold. So looking at gold, we already have a path that we're anticipating gold is going to trade to, which is to trade all the way above and then come back to this level. Now you're seeing that it has created liquidity right here, this low, which is the liquidity that gold has created, and then this other block. So this is our overall objective for gold on the daily time frame. We're looking at it on the 4-hour time frame. We are still expecting that gold is going to make some more push to the upside. As we said during the New York TDA, for those who were around during the New York TDA, we told you that we were bullish on gold, and you're already seeing how that is unfolding. So if you are awake within the night, you would have taken some buys on gold, right? So the buys didn't start until somewhere around between 4 and 5 p.m. Nigerian time yesterday, and you can see how well that is going. So we're still bullish on gold until it achieves our objective. In a few seconds, you're going to hear the voice of Lekon to also tell us what he's seeing on gold. But looking at it as it stands, we're expecting that gold may trade into this fair value gap properly. This one right here, let me highlight it. Okay, so looking at these buys on gold, it's going to be quite brief into this level right here. The other guys may fly as they are buying, especially GBP, but for gold, I'm seeing that it's going to buy all the way to this level and then take a rest before it starts coming down. Already, we are having a bearish bias on the higher time frames for gold. So this buy is only a retracement into somewhere like this, and then we expect it to start going short from that level. Okay, so let's also look at the 1-hour time frame for gold. Now, as you can see, price has created some form of liquidity around this level. So we may anticipate that, we're already anticipating, by the way, that gold would make a push to the upside. And another place that we're expecting gold to push to is all the way to this high right here. You can mark it 2038.84. 2038.84. We're anticipating that if gold doesn't stop its bullish move around this area, we expect it to continue all the way up to 2038.84. Okay, so these are our two buyers for gold. The first one is already playing out, which is the buy. We called it out since yesterday afternoon. So the second one will be for gold to maybe break this level, retrace, and then continue all the way upwards to this level, 2038.84. Okay, once we are seeing our entry signatures there, definitely we're going to send it to you guys, especially those who are on the TDA Plus. You're going to receive the first-hand information. Haven't taken the bold step of signing up with Okta, funding the account, and sending us a proof of payment. Okay, so this is what we are looking out for gold. So briefly, we would hear from Lekon, the gold master. So he will tell us what his outlook on gold is.
Yeah, thank you. Very correct on gold. You know, I attempt to sell at that flip zone this morning. That's particular level where price is currently exactly with just a very short 10 pips SL, and one spike just came in, boom, and just took me out not quite long now. And however, where you mark is still a very clean POI for gold. And if you look at it on the daily time frame, like you marked it on the daily time frame, you are going to see on the daily time frame that level. You zoom out a bit. No, it's on 4 hours. It's on 4 hours. I think it's on 4 hours. Exactly, yes. That level, that zone you mark on 4 hours, and it's forming another flip zone there where we have that strong bearish and bullish candle inside that fair value gap that you marked inside that level. Yeah, yes, exactly. So that would be a very, since it doesn't react at that point where it is currently now, then that would be a very clean POI to look for a short. If we see our schematic around that zone, then we can easily short it to the downside. Like we see that bullish move that we marked yesterday during the during the New York session TDA, where price came into and tapped that 2012 level. From that level, we can see that that place was actually a strong shoulder on higher time frame. If you look at it on 4 hours, yes, exactly, that's it. So that exactly. So if you look at it, you already see liquidity sweep, that bullish candle that sweep liquidity around that 24th of January. Move a bit to the front, or 25th of January. I think it's 25th. Yes, exactly. So we see liquidity of that day being swept by that bullish candle there. So immediately price came back yesterday. That was exactly, yes, that was where we marked yesterday that price would react from, and that's where price reacted from yesterday. So taking out that level, going up now, I think gold would rally. The first reaction we are going to see is where you mark that fair value gap on the 4-hour time frame. So we should look out for that and take the trade. And when people join us in trade with BFG, then they're going to see the trade call for that period. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Lekon. And finally, on the closing note, we're going to also look at the yen basket, and we'll wrap up with that. Now, looking at the yen basket, we already know from the higher time frame that the yen is in a bearish trend, right? So there's no much support. Their interest rate is still flat, and they are not showing any signs of improvement. So the yen is still short, as we've been analyzing in previous days. Can see the clear BOS to show you that the yen is really ready to continue its downtrend. Okay, so by this we mean that the currency pairs that are tagged with the yen, GBP and euro and the likes, we're looking to continue going bullish on those guys. However, before you take on any of them, you need to check across board. This is where sentiment comes in. You need to check across board to know which currency is strong and which currency is weak, so that you know the perfect one to pair against the yen and trade it profitably. Okay, so looking at the yen pair, the yen basket rather, we are seeing that the retracement that happened somewhere around last week or yesterday, yes, the retracement that happened yesterday was not so long because it didn't get all the way to this level. This is the level I expected it to get to, this mitigation block right here, but it didn't get to that level. Okay, take this out. So it didn't get all the way to this mitigation block as we anticipated. Instead, this is the mitigation block that it is reacting from, this one instead. Okay, so you can see it. So this is where it's reacting from. So from here, we're anticipating that the yen will continue to dig further downward. So looking at currency pairs like GBP JPY, Euro JPY, we should expect an upward spike. Now look at something interesting that is happening. GBP on its own released some data, Claremont change, unemployment claims, and employment rates. They released it earlier this morning, and then average earnings index, and all came out positive. Unemployment is dropping in Great Britain, and then there is a boost for the economy and the average earnings of their citizens. So it's a boost for GBP, and across board you can see that GBP is strong. So the best pair to trade as at this morning New York London session, seeing that we have a strong GBP and a weak yen, GBP yen becomes the trade of the day or the trade of the session. Okay, so if you're not already in, you would want to, you can see the markup that we did yesterday. Look at our 0.0. Look at our point A, price came very close to our point A, and then that started moving back up. Now, this schematic may not look to be playing out at the moment, so we can push it aside and wait to see what happens later on. But looking at how GBP is playing out, a retest to this level will bring up another rally of GBP JPY. Okay, so you've seen that GBP JPY has broken a strong resistance somewhere around here, around 188.887 level. So we are anticipating that a retest to that level will bring about another rally of GBP JPY. So if you're not already in the trend, if you're not already in the trade, you would want to wait and see how price is going to come to retest this level. So mark out this level, 188.887, or let's call it 188.950 level to give it a round number. So wait for GBP JPY to retest this level, and then we'll be willing to ride it all the way up. We are not even seeing any clear reference to where price is going to. So we'll just keep trading and taking profits, trading and taking profit. Now that there is no reference to where price is going to, I'll urge you all, okay, looking at the monthly time frame, yeah. Looking at the monthly time frame, price may be going for this all-time high that is residing right here, the high of 2015. All right, that is a good high for price to target. So looking at GBP JPY, we may be looking to trade all the way up here. Seeing that there is divergence in monetary policies and fundamentals of these two currencies, we would want to see GBP JPY trade all the way up here and possibly into this other block here on the monthly time frame, because on the smaller time frames there's no short reference for us. So on the monthly time frame, we may be seeing GBP JPY trade all the way to this level. Okay, so if price should retest this previous resistance right here, you may be willing to take GBP JPY upwards. Secondly, using our box pattern, we can see something that is happening right here. There was a clear sweep after this low was created. A clear sweep happened, and after this sweep, we saw a break of structure to the upside. So if price doesn't rest off this previous resistance and continue going up, the second thing we are seeing that price will do is possibly to trade to this left shoulder, which has another block attached to it, and then continue trading upwards. Okay, so this is what I'm looking out for on GBP USD. If at all, at any time you see price retest this left shoulder right here, is going to be giving us a sign that we will be going long on GBP USD. So if it comes back here, you can start looking for your entry signature. Of course, we're going to be marking this out, and on our TDA Plus group, we're going to send it once we're entering the trade. I myself, I personally want to take this trade once it plays out. If it comes all the way to this level, once it's playing out, when I'm taking the trade, I'm definitely going to let you guys on the TDA Plus group to be aware of that. Okay, so this is the trade of the day, GBP JPY. The first buy has taken place. We're waiting for a re-entry either on this place or on this place. So we have 2 points of interest we're waiting for GBP JPY to play out. The second trade, the trade of yesterday was Euro USD. The Euro USD buy is still in play, and we hope that it gets to a very good level where we'll be able to exit all our positions from. All right, so that being said, we would want to take any questions if there are any. Good morning, Mr. Opemipo. You're always calling me the market maker. If my head big and I go and blow my account, it's you I will hold, though. You fund me again. This kind of things used to make people's head to grow big, and then I'll now when I use 50 lots, since they say I'm the market maker. Who is the market maker without using big lot size? Look at you. Okay, so there is now New York TDA, like the boss had said, and it holds around 3 p.m. unless otherwise stated. Once we state the time, we'll try to keep to it. If there is any changes, we're going to let you know on your Telegram support groups. Okay, so that is what we are looking out for the London session. Coming into New York session 3 p.m. We're going to let you know if there are any changes, and we'll give you an analysis during that session. Good morning, sir.
Morning. Morning. Morning, CJ. Good morning, everyone. So yeah, I think you've pretty much said it all with regard to GBP JPY. Remember what we say, that if a schematic fails, then look for a retest. So this has clearly failed on GBP JPY. We've seen all the possible entry levels, premium levels, discount levels, and we can take it from there. The only thing I want to say to those of us who have started trading is everyone should, as much as possible, try and develop a trading plan. What do I mean by that? A trading plan lets us know the setups you are looking at, the currency pairs you are looking at, the times you plan to take those trades, the time of the day that you're looking for your entries. A trading plan shows your risk, the risk-reward ratio you are targeting. A trading plan shows your win rate over time as you journal. So the reason why I say everyone should have a trading plan is so that as much as is possible, whatever amount you deposit in your Octa FX, you can keep trading it with the TDA while you understand what you're doing. Keep trading it until you understand what you're doing. What that means is, without a trading plan, if you just fund $100, you'll be all over the place. Take this trade. Oh, when Lekon discusses gold, you jump into gold. When Demola puts his pound trade, you jump into the pound. When CJ comes and is talking about maybe the yen pairs, you jump into that. That's not a trading plan. That is not a trading plan. So please, as much as is possible, develop your trading plan. And as you develop your trading plan, try to stick to your trading plan so that after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month of TDA, you can measure your progress. But if you're all over the place, you'll not be able to measure your progress. So this is all that I want to contribute. Excuse me, to us. Someone says, can we take a look at GBP/NZD? All right, let's take a look at GBP/NZD. Please call up GBP/NZD. Call up GBP/NZD. GBP/NZD has actually been on a rise for some days now. It has been the leader out of all the pairs that started forming higher highs on the 1 hour. Let's see it from the daily. Ivan said we should see this on the daily, so let's see it on the daily. All right, what are we seeing on the daily? Clearly, it's an uptrend. How do we know it's an uptrend? From the 21st of December, we have a high there. And at that high, yes, you can fund lesser than $100. The reason why we say you should fund $100 is because of risk to reward and proper risk management. The smallest lot size you can have is 0.01. So if you're funding less than $100, you have to be more choosy and more careful about your entries. Back to GBP/NZD. So we've seen a break of structure to the upside. It formed a shoulder in October. It formed a shoulder in October. It did a grab of liquidity in January, upside down grab of liquidity, and then it started pushing all the way up and it has broken structure upwards. Right now, what we're seeing is a retest of liquidity. Exactly, so it broke the structure around December. There was a structure that was broken around December. Yes, that's the structure. So shoulder, sweep, break of structure. The only thing is that the high of November hasn't been taken out. The highs of November have not been taken out. The highs of November have not been taken out. So you can draw a line there. Let's see that. Yes, those highs have not been taken out. Because we know that if you have a shoulder and a sweep, then the high must be taken out. So the high has not been taken out. But the moment 2.0980 is taken out, that's a confirmed break of structure. The first break of structure was the break of structure around December, end of December. Yes, the liquidity sweep origin. That's where the liquidity sweep started from. And it swept liquidity to the downside. It grabbed liquidity to the downside. So it swept it. And then it broke that particular liquidity sweep, which lets us know that, okay, price is pushing upward. Okay. The next place that we're expected to break is 2.0980. 2.0980. Now, someone can look and say, why don't we buy at that place? You can buy at that place. Why? There was a break of the liquidity sweep origin. There is a flip zone. Previous support became resistance. Sorry, previous resistance. The resistance there was broken. And then that resistance was turned to support. It was turned to support. So if you take a buy, if you are taking a buy yesterday or into today, you are correct. The only challenge is that pullback is not deep. It's nowhere near 61.8. Let's do the fib of that move. Let's do the fib of that move. Let's fib that move. It's at 38.2. It's at 38.2 Fibonacci levels. And we know that 38.2 is not a decent pullback. Our pullback must be at least below equilibrium. Our pullback must be at least below 50, preferably 61.8 and 81.2. So the preferred place for this pullback, and there's a fair value gap in between 61.8 and 78.6. There's a fair value gap. Let's see the fair value gap. See the fair value gap. Exactly. So that is our optimal trade entry. That is our optimal trade entry. But we want to see it break 2.0980 first. Let it break 2.0980 first. Because there is liquidity at that level. Let it grab the external liquidity. So one can now look and say, between where it is, there's still 200, 300 pips. Okay, let's move to the 4-hour then. So I've just shown you the daily time frame analysis. Let's move to 4-hour then. Okay, on the 4-hour, what are we seeing? Even on the 4-hour, okay, we can see the fair value gap, how price tapped into the fair value gap now, and the flip zone that was formed. The flip zone that was formed. Okay. So if I want to buy now, mind you, I said the place to buy is way below on the daily time frame. But between 2.0600 and 2.0900, there's a decent amount of pips. So if you want to take that buy, what are the two things I'm looking at? I want to see the shoulder. I want to see the shoulder. The most recent shoulder, let's go on 15 minutes. Okay, where is the most recent shoulder? Even here, we didn't see a clear sweep. It's now that we're seeing the clear sweep and the break. So I would like to see price break above the high of Thursday. You can see all the fair value gaps that have been printed. See the flip zones. Price should break above that high of Thursday. If it breaks above the high of Thursday, then I know it has frustrated the buyers, it has frustrated the sellers. Where am I looking to take my buy? All the flip zones. Where are the flip zones? The first flip zone was formed yesterday. We're around 2.0550. Is this making sense? 2.0550. And we are done with GBP USD, my brother. You came late. They explained it perfectly. There was a flip zone formed during London yesterday, 2.0550. 2.0550. 2.0550. Sorry, take it up some more. Look at the flip zone where previous support, exactly that whole region, 2.0570 levels. We see it as a resistance. It was broken during Asia session yesterday, and that resistance became support. Exactly, that's the first flip zone. Where is the second flip zone? We have the second flip zone. It was formed yesterday around 2, exactly, that's the second flip zone. That resistance was broken to the upside, but the resistance hasn't yet become support. So what are we looking at? Where are the fair value gaps? Where are the fair value gaps? Right there, exactly. So let us fib this break of structure. If the break of structure actually happens and price clears the highs of day before yesterday, then let's fib it. I want to fib from that flip zone, 2.0577, because that's where the pullback happened, and that's where it got the liquidity to break. But it has to still, mind you, I'm saying it must break this high before you can plot this fib. I'm assuming it has broken the high. It hasn't. It's right at the high. But let's imagine. All right, so do we see where we are interested in taking our buys? If it breaks this high, if it breaks 2.0750 and then wants to start pulling back, that's our premium entry level. Our premium entry level for intraday trades. For intraday trades. Why do we say that? Because we will have seen the shoulder, we'll have seen the break of structure, seen the shoulder, we'll have seen the grab of liquidity, we'll have seen the break of structure to the upside, forming fair value gaps and forming flip zones. We'll have fibbed 61.8 levels, and we'll be waiting for price to come back down where we can do a simple risk to reward after we check our commodity value flow model. If what I'm saying has confused you and you don't understand a word of what I'm saying, please let me know. If what I'm saying makes sense and you understand it clearly, please also let me know. The person that asked the question, has this been helpful for you? Now, mind you, if you get stopped out on that fair value gap trade, the next place you should look at is below the lows of 2.0577. 2.0577. Why? If you look, there is liquidity that was created. Look at those double bottoms. Those double bottoms, 2.05 all the way. There were two areas formed yesterday. Can you see the double bottom? It's not by analysis, my brother, it's by execution. But Lawani Peter, thank you for the compliment. So look at, do you see that there's liquidity? Let's analyze what happened yesterday. Look at the double bottom, exactly 2.0562. 2.0562. Do you see there's liquidity there? How do we know there's liquidity there? Look at the double bottoms. And there's a fair value gap just below it. just below it. So those are 2 entry points. Exactly there. And there is exact right there. Fantastic. Do you see there's a fair value gap? And there is liquidity, 2 double bottoms. People's stops are right there. So if you get stopped out at 2.06, where you try to enter that first level, the actual level where you can actually go and set your pending order will now be that level, 2.056. If you get stopped out there, my brother, it's a sentiment move. Just analyze why it took you out. So these are the 2 places where we can expect pullbacks to, and we can take our trades. All right. So I'll hand it over back to the guys on the floor. You've done a great job. Thank you very much. God bless.
Okay, so sorry. So thank you very much for sorry, I'm having a bit of cough. Sorry, please. Thank you very much for the analysis, sir. We really appreciate it. Thank you everyone for joining today's TDA. But before we conclude, remember that all points of interest that you have marked come with specific entry points. And these valuable informations and insights are shared to our trading community that we call the TDA Plus. We share our markups with them and they trade alongside us according to what we've analyzed on the TDA. And if you want to join the TDA Plus group, make sure that you open an account with Okta, and the links are right there in the chat box. Open an account with Okta using the particular link that is sent to the chat box. If you use another link, it may not reflect and you may not be added to the group. So use that link to sign up with Okta, fund the account with a minimum of $100, and send a proof of statement, or a proof of deposit rather, to our Telegram chat, private Telegram chat of Value Flow Trading. The link also is in the chat box. Don't delay. Seize this opportunity now to access exclusive trade calls and elevate your trading game. This is what we really want for everyone. We've heard a lot of complaints from people, and we want to make sure that you learn as you are also earning. All right? Time waits for no one. Act fast, and let's make today a profitable day. Thank you very much. Until we see you again in the New York session. 3 p.m. is the time. My name is CJ, and this is Value Flow Trading Top Down Analysis. Have a wonderful morning. Cheers, and God bless, guys.